Welcome back, it's Matt Rogers, and now the time is 23:04 PM and it's the 24th of the 5th 2017, and you can see on this cam image, this is a Mexico cam, and you can see 2 or 3 different light sources on this cam, can't you? To the right hand side you can see a light source, a blue reflection, I believe to be the blue Kachina. And here on the left hand side you've got a red reflection here as well from Nibiru. This is a huge object that's coming in. Wormwood is a real object, and you can see that redness in the skies. I mean, there's 2 different light sources on this image. If you look very closely you can see this, and it's just poured with chemtrails. They have sprayed the skies all afternoon on this cam. From early morning to the afternoon to the evening, we're getting chemtrails all the time. Here in the UK it's just the same. We're seeing these colours in the skies. They spray the skies to when the point is when those heavenly bodies will be seen. We've seen some strange clouds that are pulled across the skies, the blue skies, and I've got a kind subscriber, Tyrone from Australia, fantastic person, that sent some images in to show you what she's seen up there in the skies, and you can see that huge heavenly body up there as well behind those chems. Just absolutely outstanding. Let's go to the next image. This is another live image on the Mexico cams. I mean, you can see this, can't you? That plasma, and also there's an object that's being chemmed. Something behind those chems that's lighting up the sky. They're hiding it now. The sun has come up from the opposite side. You can see this, it's so evident, can't you, on this screen, the whiteness on the ground from the opposite side. There's a heavenly body that's behind these chems. They always cloak it all the time. It's come up now from the horizon. We've seen that other light source coming up from the horizon here on the Mexico cams, but it's come up now in the sky. We have like 2 suns, 2 light sources, but they cover it up, hoping that humanity doesn't see it. The powers to be have been doing this far too long now. Far too long. And we're seeing the evidence up there in the skies, aren't we? All the time. The military have been protecting the government. They've been building those underground cities, and they've been spraying the whole of the globe. This is what they've been doing behind our backs. And there's been so much going on the news media as well to keep our eyes down again. Please don't believe the climate change hoax, because they will blame us for this situation, but we're starting to see those huge objects up there in the heavens. I mean, this is so evident now, isn't it? All the time we're seeing this whole situation. Let's go to another image for you now. This is a fantastic image that Tyrone sent in to me. Okay, now you can see this, can't you? This object that's up there in the heavens. Look at the chemtrailing. We're seeing all this every single day. The whole globe is being wiped out by HAARP. You can see those chems. We're all seeing the same skies, the same heat source. I mean, it's changing. Everything is changing. You can see this object here. This is Nibiru. This is a huge celestial body that's up in the skies. On the last video I showed you on the Mexico cams, the same object in the skies. It moves like a comet. It's very, very real. This is a big celestial body. Let me just zoom in for you with this. Can you see this? Like on the Mexico cams, there was a circle, there was a smaller crater or something, a light source that's there on the right hand side of it. This is a very real, huge celestial body. You can see this on the cam now, can't you? I mean, every single day we're starting to pick up these huge reflections now, these huge heavenly bodies are lurking up there in our inner solar system, aggravating our sun. This is why the sun is burning twice as much. Those coronal holes, again on the SOHO charts, are showing that they're just so big now. There's 10 or 11 solar flares attacking all at once to our Earth's magnetic field. And the government just don't want to say anything. I've said this before many a times. I just want humanity to wake up to this. So thank you very much for these images. This is a subscriber from Australia, and she is wide awake to this. You, the subscribers, are completely wide awake to this. This is a real event, and it's coming in. It's here. You can see that. This isn't lens flare. This is a huge body that's reflecting through our blue skies. We can see this now. This is pointing northeast. I mean, look at it. It's massive. This object is massive, and it's there. This one's from the Alaska cams. Okay, 24th of May 2017. Timestamp there is 7:45 AM in the morning. It's called a King Cove East cam. You can see this on the Alaska cams. And I want to show you this as well. This is an object, again, behind those chems. You can see the different light source, can't you? It's rising on the horizon now. It's rising up in the skies. This here, you can see the red reflection coming from it. The sun, the plasma's coming up here on the left hand side, and you can see that object, Nemesis, that's reflecting through those chems now. There is a heavenly body that's there on the right hand side, and we're all going to see it. We will all see it. We can see the evidence now. The evidence is now showing through those chems. We all need to keep our eyes to the skies with this situation, because the land is dimming and dark again. Those heavenly bodies are travelling with our sun. They are in front of it now, and they are heading our way. They really are heading our way now. It's so important to wake humanity up with this situation. As again, this morning I looked on the horizons and I saw it was far too red, because we've got Nibiru that's coming up now on the horizons. And I've noticed that humanity has still got their eyes down. And it's a crying shame, because I need people to wake up to this. Because many of us are now awake to it. We can see the changes now around us. And it's far too hot. We're in May here in the Northern Hemisphere. And it was a boiling point today here. It was very warm. And there's other people being affected around here as well. There's a friend of mine across the road. His name is Chris, and he has a pacemaker, and we check him. My wife cooks for him and sends him dinners over to him, and I go over and check him every night to see if he's okay, because I feel that it's important to do that. And early hours of this morning, an ambulance came, and I spoke to the ambulance driver, and they said that his heart has slowed down because he's waiting for a pacemaker to be put into his chest, because he has a bad heart. And every time they spray those skies and this sun that's burning twice as much, he becomes affected. I believe this, and then phones an ambulance. He was taken away this morning, and luckily it came back today, and he's okay. He's explained to me this afternoon that he fell on the floor last night, banged his head, bruised his head, and I feel sorry for the gentleman, because I'm going to stay with him tonight to keep an eye on him, because I believe that because of this situation that's up there now in the heavens, with the sun that's burning twice as much, it's making lots of people ill. It's causing problems to people. I'm going to go to another cam now. You can see on this Alaska cam here, it's called an Eagle Southeast pointing cam, and you can see on the screen here, can't you? It's so evident that this is a simulator that's up there in the skies. It's not our sun. It's too big, and you can see this red reflection on the left hand side of it. It's far too big. And it's getting brighter by the day now, isn't it? You can see those chems, and everything on the land is drying up. You could see this slight halo. I mean, this object now that's in front of our sun will be burning up. These huge solar flares from these coronal holes are so bad now. It's causing so much space trash out there in the inner solar system, affecting our heavenly objects. The Earth is being pounded every day by the magnetic pull through these solar flares. And I said on a video as well last night that the power grids will go down. They will go down, and then we need to start all over again, because they can't just switch them on straight away, because a huge solar flare will cause them to stay down for a long time. So it's just checking the cams and noticing the changes. You can see here it's so evident on this cam we've got two light sources in the sky as well. This is another Mexico cam, timestamp is 7:35 seconds, today 24th. And look at it, it's so here now, this blue light source in the sky, and you've got here on the left hand side this red haze. I've been saying before, this colour of this haze is from the binary twin Nemesis. You saw this on the mountains on the other cam, on the Alaska cams, this red bronzy light source, and these are chemtrails up in the skies. We're seeing this all the time, aren't we? This bronze effect all the time on the cams. This is another fantastic image from Loretta from Australia. I mean, look at this. There's definitely two objects up there in the skies on this image, isn't there? I mean, look, it's behind those cams. These chemtrails, these toxins, these barium and aluminium. It's showing the full evidence now, isn't it? I mean, look at this. Here it is again. And you can see those chemtrails. So thank you very much for sending these in. Absolutely perfect. We're seeing these images all the time now. I mean, these natural clouds are being burnt away. These chemtrails are just trying to cool our atmosphere down and to hide these heavenly bodies that are up there in the skies. You can see this, can't you? And the sun burning twice as much. I mean, another object. I mean, it's all so evident now, isn't it? We're seeing this all the time. You could see on this image as well that the kind subscriber has sent in. I mean, the sun is very bright, but as I said before in the other videos, it's the wrong way around. The lightness of this object is dimming the ground. This simulator that's in front of the sun is dimming the ground. You could see it's evident here on the cam, this image, that this object is like a hexagon shape. It's not round. It's got corners to it. So again, thank you, Loretta, for sending these images in. You are a fantastic person, and you're showing the proof that we are in deep trouble. This whole scenario of a situation where the military, these hammerheads, are spraying our skies, and HAARP is being used by these specialists to cover the truth all the time. The news media still again, and I believe over there in Australia and other parts of the world, they're all lying to the public, saying that the skies are fine, not to panic. But we're all starting to look up to the sky and noticing that our skies are being covered with these dangerous chemicals. Again, here on this image, it just shows you that they spray the skies. They put a grey sheet of chems right across in front of that simulator, and also the binary twin. They cover everything up. They think they're getting away with it. They think that no one is noticing. But we are starting to notice the temperatures. The temperatures are too high now. It's only going to get worse. But they blame us for it. They try and blame us for it. Look at these. You can see these lines. The chemtrails are melting. I mean, this sheet of chems is melting. You can see the ripples in the skies now. And there was kind subscriber that sent me a message from the USA that would like to remain anonymous. He's saying that he can smell a burning smell in the morning skies and those chemtrails, and says that the chems are burning away. This simulator, the sun is getting far too bright now, far too hot, as the binary twin nemesis is with it now, and Nibiru and Helion and the moons, they're all aggravating our sun and aggravating the other heavenly bodies. Venus, we saw that so bright in the skies last month. It was agitating it. We can see the evidence now. So again, this guy is saying that he can smell the chems that are burning up in the skies. The hydrogen is being burnt for the natural clouds. There's no natural clouds on this image that's protecting us. It's just chemtrails that are doing it. It's a situation where we need to prepare. It's so important for this now. I mean, look at this image, okay? I'm seeing two light sources, two objects. Okay, now it's so important to push away those lens flares and see that those horizons are showing that there is a huge light source, a huge body that's lurking in a solar system. I mean, look at this. This is not our sun. Our sun and the plasma is above it. There is something that's rising in the skies that's huge, the binary twin. These reflections are coming in now very, very strong. Something else that's out there now, and we have got to disclose this. We really have. I'm just going to keep going for you guys. I'm still going to keep going until we get the truth, until we see those bodies out there. I've had lots of people send me messages in, and I've got lots of different images to show you as well from other subscribers, and I will each and every single one of you will get the chance to get these images up on the screen, because we're all seeing the same thing. We're all seeing that the skies have completely changed. This is another well-known Mexico cam as well. This is a morning sunrise, but you can see that shadow to the left-hand side here. You can see this, can't you? It's very evident, isn't it? That something is in front of our sun, a heavenly body that's in front of the sun, believed to be Nibiru, that's right in front of it now. And this is why the skies are dimming. This is why we see this murkiness on the ground, this darkness in the sky, but we see this bright object that's up there. It's all the wrong way around, isn't it? The changes are here now. I'm going to go to another image. This is a second image for the other image I showed you at the beginning. Okay, 7:14:02 seconds, and I really want you to really see this. Okay, you can see the two different colours in the sky. Now, to the right hand side, you can see that blue light source that's here. That's gaining through those chemtrails. I mean, it's so strong now, isn't it? And if the military never sprayed those skies that morning, you would see that blue object up there. Humanity would see it now. It's the only thing that's covered it now is those poisons up there in the sky. So again, it's so important to see this situation. It really is. We're seeing these light sources now. This is a piece of video footage from Loretta from Australia, and I want to show you this as well. This is a close. What she does is she's got her camera that's on a tripod in high definition, but the thing is it's pointing straight at the sun, and she's noticing these objects that are with it. Now here on the right hand side, we know this is lens flare, but you can see down here on the left hand side there's an object that's travelling with the sun. You can see this, can't you? I mean, and the sun is just acting very, very strange right now, far too bright, and she's seeing this on the screen herself and sending these images in. There's also something else that's there as well. Can you see here? There's something that's covering the array, the reflection, this dark object. It could be nothing, but it's something to look at as well, and I'm going to ask her to keep an eye on this as well. I mean, the redness in the sky as well. It's, as I said before in the other video, that we're all going to see red skies. Look at the chemtrails to the right hand side that's been sprayed here and here and right across the sun here as well. They're spraying their skies in Australia 24/7. Their military is at it all the time. If you look on the left hand side here, you can see this rainbow reflection. Something else is travelling with the sun as well. Can you see this? 1, 2, 3. 3 objects. Okay? This here, as I said, is lens flare. But you're seeing these, aren't you? Very strange. And also, if you look on the screen, there is something that flashes through past the sun. And I believe this to be bits coming off the sun all the time. There's beings up there. There's all going on up there. And the military don't want this to come out. They really don't want this to come out now. It's a real situation on our hands, and we really got to get other people to acknowledge the truth. Because our sun has companion heavenly bodies with it now. It's just a situation of getting this information out. It really is. And thank you again for this, sending this video in as well. It's fantastic. Thank you. This image is a Mexico cam image called the Volata Sur cam, and it's pointing west. I mean, look how dark it is on this image. Look at these chems on the horizon, these lowered clouds, these natural clouds doing nothing. Again, this blue reflection, the red reflection, and the land is too dark, far too dark. We're seeing this now, aren't we? We really are. So, respect to all of you. And also, can you see this object? I will zoom into this. I really will zoom into this, but I just want to pay my respects to all of you, because you are fantastic people for viewing this and knowing that this situation is hugely real now. I'm going to zoom into this image and you can see it's behind the chems. Can you see this now, this heavenly body that's up there? It's about time now that the powers to be need to be honest with humanity to make sure that we prepare for this. You can see it, can't you? Let's zoom in a bit more. Okay, I know it's quite dim, okay, and I will next time use a filter to see if we can, and enhance it to see if we can get a better idea of what we're looking at here, to try and make a more of a clear shot of this. But you can see again those chems that are in front of it. That object is there in our inner solar system now. It's not the moon, it's not Jupiter or any other known celestial body. This is Nibiru. It's out there now. So I'm going to go now, so respect to all of you.